Ang Baguio City ay isa sa mga niyanig ng lindol at nagkaroon ng malaking pinsala noong 1990 killer earthquake. Tuwing sumasapit ang July 16, ginugunita ng lungsod ang nakakalungkot na pangyayari, 36 na taon na ang nakalilipas. Ngayong taon, ginunita ang 1990 killer earthquake sa City Hall Park sa pamamagitan ng isang programa na may layuning mabigyang karangalan ang mga biktima ng lindol, mga volunteers na patuloy na tumutulong sa pagresponde sa anumang uri ng sakuna, at mabigyang diin ang katatagan ng mga residente sa lungsod pagkatapos makaranas ng matinding paglindol. Sa panimulang mensahe ni Mayor Benjamin Magalong, sinariwa niya ang kanyang karanasan maging ang katatagan ng loob ng mga biktima ng lindol para malagpasan ang malaking epekto nito noong 1990. Inamin ng alkalde na ang kakulangan sa komunikasyon at emergency framework ang naging malaking hamon noon sa mga rescuers gaya ng mga kadete ng PMA.
So there were a lot of lessons learned. And also the tragedy caused so much mental, I would say, impact on the mental health of people. During that time, di pa natin iniisip yung mental health, wala pa yun. So, grabe yung psychosocial effect sa ating mga kabataan. Especially those, nakita ko na tumatalon yung mga estudyante dyan sa UB. Because I was rushing up to the UB to get my daughter doon sa St. Louis. Nakita ko yung mga tumatalon doon. So it's heartbreaking.
Mabigat man, ngunit lakas loob na nagbahagi rin ng kanilang karanasan ang mga kinikilalang survivors ng 1990 killer earthquake.
Takot. Takot na takot. Sobrang takot. Una, tanggapin mo yung nangyari sa'yo at move on sa buhay. Mga plano mo prior ng earthquake, mataas at ngayon hindi mo na magawa. Kung ano na lang ang pwede mong gawin. At huwag mo nang isipin yung hindi mo dapat na kayang gawin. Huwag mo nang isipin at hindi mo magagawa. 1990 earthquake, I was a student at University of Baguio. I was trapped in the 4th floor of the UB Commerce Building. The 4th floor flooring and ceiling of UB, nagdikit sila, na-sandwich kami. Yung 1, 2, 3 floors, steady lang siya. Yung 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, steady rin. Ang nasira sa kanya, yung 4th floor, nagdikit na sandwich, nandun kami sa loob. Ang ventilation nun is around 1 foot, 3 inches lang. Madilim, wala kami makita, mainit, maalikabok. Maalikabok ng pulbos ng semento na amoy namin. May 10 room yun, left and right, 5 each. Maraming estudyante, wala kami makita, na-trap po kami doon. For 5 to 6 hours nandun po ako. Wala pong rescuers, ang mga volunteers ang meron. So, ang volunteer na kumuha po sa akin doon ay yung science high student, si kapatid ni Karen Navarrete, na si Francis, na hanggang ngayon indebted ako sa kanya, thank you. And the CAT officers na nandun din as volunteers. Natusok yung kamay, naipit yung kamay ko ng beam, yung left hand ko, so na-amputate siya. Luckily, I survived. So, mabuti nang naputol yung kamay kaysa buhay ko mawala. I'm very grateful.
Masusunog po yung pyesa ron. Naririnig yung hiyawan ng mga taong nasusunog alive. Pero there's nothing the responders can do because they lack the necessary SCBA or the self-breathing apparatus para makapasok sa loob ng pyesa. And then, sa Nevada, when we were with the miners, our kaka-aliens, sir, pasan naman maamam nga adati tao iti o nagti-building. You know what he said? Ay, kita mo aditi diyang ilaw, no? Kanya papanan na, surutom, alati tao ijay. Which was proven true.
7.8 killer Temblor struck in 1990, July 16, exactly 36 years ago. I was at the 7th floor of the St. Louis University. I was reading books at the library, and I had the fastest run of my life from the 7th floor of St. Louis University Library down to the ground, then run towards our home in Bacacang Norte. Record-breaking yun. And at the saddle portion of Bacacang Norte, there was already a big fissure. Nag-crack na yung kalsada, nag-separate yung kalsada.
We should really copy from that they are concerned not only of their citizens but also of all workers in their country. And I was surprised because these personnel, women from the embassy coming up to Baguio after 3 days. So I asked them how they were able to arrive in the city of Baguio. They had to climb the mountains because transportation was cut along somewhere here in Nagilian Road, so they have to climb the mountain.
Ibinahagi rin ni Congressman Mauricio Dumogan kung paano niyang nasaksihan na ang mga matatayog at kilalang mga establishmento noon ay nasira ng 7.8 magnitude na lindol. Binigyang diin niya na ang marami sa mga pinsala ay bunsod ng pagbaliwala sa kaligtasan at structural building codes.
Of course, man-made disaster. Alam natin yan. Tayo ang gumagawa. After that, July 16, 1990, there had been post-evaluation that had been done by structural engineers, not only from our country, from Japan, even from US at the time. And ano ang findings? Tama nga, ang earthquake ang nag-cause ng collapse of the lot of the building, but bakit? Sinakripisyo natin ang structural durability sa cost. So, it's a man-made disaster. Go to Hayat. In Hayat, 1984, it was pinpointed that it was structurally defective. But they had allegedly introduced the necessary measures that corrected the defect. They were wrong. They were not. Because when that killer earthquake happened, it just occurred. Nag-occurred right na hayating. A lot of the guests had been trapped inside. Let us go to Nevada Hotel. I can remember that the building permit that had been issued for Nevada Hotel was for 3-story. Anong ginawa? Tinuunan, dinagdagan yan na hindi kasali sa original plan. The post-evaluation shows yung joint, yung dinagdag nila, yung nag-collapse that cost a lot of lives.
Bahagi ng paggunitang ito ay ang candle lighting at pag-alay ng bulaklak at ang groundbreaking ceremony para sa kauna-unahang 1990 killer earthquake marker na itatayo sa lungsod. Ayon kay Mayor Magalong, ang marker na ito ay sumisimbolo sa tunay na kahulugan ng transformasyon at katatagan ng Baguio.
Ang main message nung gagawin natin na marker dyan, memorabilia, resiliency. It's not only about the earthquake, it's about resiliency. But right now, we still don't have the actual design. Ginagawa pa ng artist. So siguro, bigyan pa natin ng isang buwan, then ipapublish natin kung ano talaga yung design.
Sa pagtatapos ng programa, nagbigay ng mensahe si Councilor Paulo Salvosa na naglalayong ipaalala ang kahalagahan ng patuloy na pakikipagtulungan ng bawat pamilya sa lungsod.
Today, we honor the memory of those who perished, recognize the strength and perseverance of the survivors, and pay tribute to all who contributed to the recovery and rebuilding of Baguio City. Their stories of courage and resilience continue to inspire us and serve as a guiding light in our pursuit of a safer and more prepared community.
Ang patuloy na paggunita ng lungsod ng Baguio sa anibersaryo ng 1990 killer earthquake ay nagpapatunay lamang na anuman ang mga sakuna na maranasan ay hindi nawawala ang katatagan ng loob, lalo na ng residente sa syudad ng Baguio na patuloy na bumabangon, natututo at nagkakaisa para sa mas ligtas na kinabukasan.
We commemorate the past. We learn from it. Nakita niyo mga speakers a while ago, mga officials natin. They have noticed, they have mentioned yung mga pagkukulang. And from that, we have improved. We will be improving continually. Like yung communications naman, ilang beses na banggit, communications-wise, marami na tayong mode of communications. Kasi on disaster management, you need a redundancy. Marami tayong gamit, meron tayong sat phones, cellular phones, may radio frequency na ginagamit.
UC intern Clarice Hidalgo nagbabalita para sa ABN News.